What's up, everyone? Today is day 2, Friday, 5:44 p.m. This morning, hella hectic. Last night we went to a trunk or treat event for our nephew, and I thought I lost my wallet. So I spent like 2 hours this morning trying to retrace my steps so I could find my wallet, so me and my baby could take off and go about our day. That shit kind of sucked. It kind of killed my momentum for the day. But regardless, met up with my bro, went to the gym, killed legs, fire ass workout. At the end of the video, there'll be some clips included in case you're interested in watching that. So today's theme, question of the day, whatever you want to call it, right? Can you achieve anything you set your mind to? This question came up while me and my brother were working out, and it made me start to think, right? I've seen plenty of videos that talk about mindset and all this shit, right? And the question, or I guess the saying, you can achieve anything you set your mind to, right? How many of you truly believe that? How many of you have set out a goal and felt the dopamine feeling of achieving something that you actually set your mind to? I was having a conversation last night with my buddy Alan, shout out homeboy. I was having a conversation with him about when I was working at Whole Foods, right? I used to work at Whole Foods back in the day. I started off as a dishwasher. Long story short, I grinded my way to becoming the manager there in my department. And I remember one of the things that the store manager told me was, I'm very impressed with your work ethic, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't think that you were going to be able to do this. Because at the time, I was just a part-time worker, washing dishes to make some bread while I was going to school. And school is a whole nother topic that maybe I'll dive into at a later time. But the whole point is I made the decision, fuck it, I'm going to become a full-time worker. I'm going to set my mind to climbing this ladder, right? And we'll see how far I can get. And I mean, long story short, again, I achieved it. I became a manager. So how many of you truly believe that you can achieve anything you set your mind to? A lot of people, a lot of my friends, I mean, even some of my family, right? A lot of them think that I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I like to have fun. I like to joke. I mean, all I do really is just talk shit and have fun. I try to have fun in everything I do, even work, right? Work is only work if you perceive it to be work. Your perception is everything. If you perceive something to be play, then it's play. If you perceive something, if you wake up in the morning and you're like, fuck, my day's gonna suck, it's gonna be a shitty day. Mondays, everybody hates Mondays. Me, on the other hand, I see Monday as an opportunity to I guess establish the momentum for the week. And long story short, the reason I like to have fun and play and joke is because I try to make sure that whatever goals I have set for the day, whatever tasks that I have at hand, whether it be work, home, I make sure that they get complete. So as long as my shit is getting done, I mean, what do I got to stress about? You know what I mean? So it makes me think, how many of my homies, how many of the people who are gonna watch this, how many of you truly believe that you can do anything you set your mind to? I think it's something that has to be, well, not only attained, but you kind of have to train yourself to be that way, right? And it's the small things. If you say that you're going to do something, make sure that you actually do it. If you say that you're going to take out the trash, it's just something as simple as taking out the trash, right? If you say that you're going to do that shit, make sure it gets complete, because the more you say that you're going to do something and you put it off, the more likely you are to do it again and again. And before you realize it, you have wasted the entire year of saying that you're going to do this and you don't. Vice versa, right? If you say that you're going to do something and you actually do it, you start to gain confidence in yourself. You start to trust yourself. When you say that you'll do something, you know, well, more than likely that it'll get done. So, with that being said, I want to challenge everybody to set a daily goal. Set a challenge for yourself to complete daily for a week. Whether it's waking up at a certain time, doing a certain exercise, exercising, reading a book, whatever the case is, right? Make sure that you set a daily goal for yourself. Do it for a week. Add something else the next week. Do both of those things for a week, so on and so forth. You gotta earn momentum. You gotta earn that feeling. Don't get me wrong. I like to shoot the shit, party, have fun, have a good time, but it's definitely a feeling that has to be earned. With that being said, I just want to say, oh shit, there's people next to me. I just want to say that you gotta earn that. Shit, I just finished getting a haircut. I'm looking pretty smooth. I don't know how. I'll probably have to blur out this guy next to me, because I didn't get his consent.
Bombocat!
Rest of the day, probably go home. I gotta go pick up my daughter right now. Have a good time. Spend time with the family. Eat some good food. Get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, which means I also work, so I'll probably have to get my exercise in the morning. That's all I really got to say. Day 2, pretty solid day. I think I'll start writing topics that I'll probably, build upon, talk about, discuss in the future for these videos. And then I don't know. I still don't know. It's only day 2, so maybe when I get to the week mark, I'll have a little bit more structure to these videos, I guess. So with that being said, make sure you set out a goal to accomplish it, and then reward yourself. That doesn't mean fucking, go crazy just because you did something, go get shit wasted or whatever the case is, right? Make sure that your reward matches the task at hand. I want more. I want to be more. I've always had this idea of me living a certain life, and the only way that I'm going to get there is if I do the things necessary to get there, right? Which is kind of common sense. I guess let me build upon that, right? I thought I was going to end the video, but fuck it. The whole reason this topic came to mind is because I started door dashing recently. And I got an opportunity to serve somebody in the Dominion neighborhood. If you're in San Antonio, you know that the Dominion is like a crazy ass area. So I had the opportunity to go there, right? I've been into certain neighborhoods in the Stone Oak area that have a similar vibe. You drive in, there's a gate, you pull up, you gotta talk to the security guard, let them know your name. If you're not a resident, you got to go through the certain lane, check in, let them know what your business is there, and then they just got to make sure you're good, basically. Once they let you through, it's a neighborhood. There's not really much to it. You get to just go to your destination, right? Anyways, I drove to this fucking house through the fucking neighborhood, and I'm like, dude, how the fuck do these people get here, right? Like, these houses are they're unbelievable. Beautiful. Well deserved, obviously, right? They worked hard for their money, and they're reaping the benefits and rewards of their hard work. Hopefully they're not doing any shady shit, but that's neither here nor there. Point is that these people started at point A and they're at point B. You kind of have to figure out, and everybody's path is different, right? The whole idea is that you get from point A to point B. Your job is to figure out the steps that are necessary to get from point A to point B. And I mean, like I said, those look different for everybody, right? Everybody's starting point is different. Everybody's heart is different. Everybody's on a different level. There's levels to this shit, right? My hard might not necessarily be your hard. Your hard might not necessarily be my hard. The point is that you're in a race with yourself. You're in competition with yourself. So just make sure that you're pushing your hard a little bit further every single day. I think on that note, I'll end there. I don't want to just continue rambling for no reason. So tomorrow's topic, we'll see what it is. Hope you guys have a wonderful day.